Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. Welcome back. I'm going back to my favorites, working with old, stained, or torn linens. Look at this beautiful tablecloth that a friend gave to me, Mrs. S. She actually did this when she was a teenager, so it's been a while ago and it's missing some stitches and so forth, but she said, please do something with this tablecloth. So I will try to do my very best and give this a new life and a new purpose in some cards. Look at the beautiful work even from the back of this embroidery. Oh my word. She has got a knack for embroidery. I mean, you've got the basket weave, these beautiful little flowers, and even the handle is gorgeous on this embroidery. So I'll be working with a 5x7" card base this week, and I was trying to figure out the best use for this beautiful linen. It is rather large, so of course that won't fit perfectly on 5x7" card. So I thought, okay, I'm going to do this in multiple projects. So I will end up with two 5x7" cards and one 4¼ by 5½ card. And I'm just looking at the best layout here so that I don't waste any of this beautiful handiwork from Mrs. S. So I wanted to look at how this, if I did this landscape, it would waste too much. So I think I'm going to do two portrait cards here, 5x7. And then that top portion will be my 4¼ by 5½ card. And that will give me the biggest bang for the buck here without wasting any of this gorgeous embroidery. So let's just get started here. Now I am going to work from the center of this basket, and I can go to each side, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of a salvage edge or a little extra so that I can reposition this on the card front as needed, straighten it out, whatever I need to do. So again, leave yourself a little bit of allowance on the edges. Now obviously I can't do that right down the center of this basket, but on the left hand side and the bottom and the top I can leave myself some wiggle room. You'll see what I'm talking about here as we progress with this card. So now I'm bringing over my T ruler. I just did a few hash marks with that pencil line, and then I'm going to make my straight lines with that T ruler. And I got this wonderful little roller cutter here at the Dollar Tree. It's the first time I'm using it. In fact, I've never used a roller cutter before in my life. But I just thought this would make it more precise for cutting through both the embroidery and the material. So let's give it a go here. And this T ruler helps keep my line straight. Look at that. Cuts like butter. Oh my goodness, this little rotary, this is going to be a good tool for my linens. I can already tell that it cuts so cleanly through, like I said, the embroidery, which is, you know, a different texture than the material itself. But very nice. This is just the mat that I always work on, this Westcott mat underneath here, and it does not hurt it at all with this little roller. So anything that I have extra, I'm just going to bring my little scissors over because I don't want to cut into the other panels. Remember, I'm going to make 3 cards this week out of this one piece of linen, so I'm being very careful. Okay, here's my other tip for working with linens. I love the Elmer's craft glue spray. This is a craft bond. It will be a permanent bond, and you can see I use my little spray box here. Just line it with some, mail, which you don't need anymore, or catalogs, till it's kind of saturated, and then I'll bring over my card base and get this put on the front. And you have a little bit of time to make adjustments or move it around, and again, this is why you want to cut your panel just a little larger than your card. So concentrate there. I'm concentrating on the right hand side because I'm going to have a no waste project here, and then I'll move everything else around on the edges and bring over my little brayer here and really smush this down into my card front for very, very good adhesion. This is going to dry permanently, so if you let it, just set it aside for a little bit to dry and then come back with your scissors and trim off the excess. I don't have that much to trim, but it comes right off so easily. And just a FYI, that is a silicone mat that I'm using. It's actually a microwave mat, but boy does it come in handy if you're working with sticky adhesive like the spray adhesive stuff. Doesn't get on your work surface, so highly recommend that little mat. Off screen, I've cut out this happy birthday using the Creek Bank Creations die set, and I'm going to glue that on with some liquid glue right here in the left hand corner. And that will complete this card, this particular card. Now remember, I've got 2 more to show you, so stay tuned. Look how beautiful that comes out on a card. So for a table linen that was no longer used, it makes a beautiful card for someone. So I'm so happy to have been gifted this, and I hope I did it justice per Mrs. S. I think she would like it. I hope she would like it. Anyway, it's so much fun working with these. And now, here we go with the other cards. So you can see this was the other half. Used a few different little colors there with my die cuts, and then this is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card for that top portion. It does have the little hand, the loop-de-loop at the top and a few flowers, and it just made a beautiful card as well. Thank you so much for dropping by. Feel free to leave me a comment, and I hope to see you again next week. Keep your eyes open for those beautiful linens. Happy crafting, everyone.